It's Monday, so we are shaping up here on New Mexico Style. We want to welcome back our friend and personal trainer, Karin Vanholst. Welcome back, Karin.
Thank you, you guys.
Good morning.
Thanks.
Love to have
Good
you.
To be here.
And today we're working the shoulders.
That's right.
Yeah, exciting stuff here. Now, what areas does these shoulders comprise? What's the anatomy?
The anatomy is, well, you have the anterior deltoids right in the front, the medial deltoids, and the posterior deltoids. And then on top of that, you have the rotator cuff muscles, which consist of 4 little tiny, very fragile muscles.
Those are the areas I think you hear most when people talk about injury a lot of times.
Absolutely, yeah. And those are the you want to know the names? I can give them to you. The subscapularis, the infraspinatus, the teres minor, and the supraspinatus.
Oh my gosh. There's so much more to the shoulder than we ever knew. Well, here's the thing. How often should we actually work the shoulders?
Well, the shoulders are a tricky muscle group because they work, they help their synergist muscles for when you do a bench press. Or anything backwards or overhead. So to isolate them, I would do them once or twice a week, but really light weights. I wouldn't stack the weights onto that one. Also because the muscles are so small and fragile. And it's probably one of the most immobile joints that we have in our body.
Really?
It heavily depends on just the ligaments and tendons to maintain its integrity.
Interesting.
So to be careful is what I say. Go light, even no weight at all. In the beginning. You know, you can do the movements, I'll show you later.
So once you start building muscles in the shoulders, does that help you avoid injury? Because you hear about so many injuries to the shoulders, especially when you're older.
To get stronger in the muscles evenly, so not just in the front where you start hunching forward. So bad posture, for example, wouldn't help with healthy shoulder joints. And stretching the joint as well as strengthening is really important. And people that use their shoulders all the time for work, they're going to be more prone to injuries.
Well, how do you avoid, specifically with the rotator cuff, how do you avoid those injuries?
To strengthen it and stretch it.
Really?
So really light, I'll show you later some specific exercises for the rotator cuff injuries. And to really work them out so that if you have to all of a sudden reach behind your seat to grab your kids or give them something, you know, you're not going to like tear.
Oh, I've done that driving, just reaching back to get something on at a stoplight, and I go, oh my gosh, what did I just do?
Absolutely, and also when you get a little bit older, your tendons and ligaments get more brittle, so stay at it. And I used to teach a lot of, and still do a little bit of water aerobics. That's a great exercise for if you're a little bit older.
That's right. So would you say as you get older, you're more prone then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's take a look at some of these workouts that you can show us.
Okay.
Let's see. Now you're going to show us, of course, everything that we wish we could do, like you.
Well, no, you know, you can do these. The shoulders are there, and again, lighter weights and lots of reps. And start off really easy, and don't forget to stretch. It's so important to
It really is. I mean,
that.
that's the key, I guess, is stretching, huh?
So these are rotator cuff exercises, and I would recommend to do those without any weights at all. The same with this one. Really keeping your elbows stable in your joint. Those are, you know, to work the posterior deltoids.
You make it look so easy, Karin.
Oh, thank you.
Look at that. So now, what is this called?
This is a lateral raise for the medial deltoids. This is an alternating overhead press.
Weight there, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, those are actually a little bit heavy. I wouldn't start off with that way.
No.
It's Arnold press. So just be careful and start low. Now it's always nice to add a little bit of balance, you know, when you can, to make any exercise more interesting.
And that's working out more than your shoulders there.
That works at your booty, right? The core.
That's the thing. When you tell us the muscle group we're working, we're always working so many others at the same time. It's really amazing because you wouldn't think that you're going to work out your glutes and your quads when you're working out your shoulders, but you really can.
And almost always you add the transverse abdominal muscles, because remember we talked about having to contract your core muscles while you're working out to stabilize your body. And so these are it's an internal rotation. We did an external rotation earlier. This is upright row. That's again for the medial deltoids, but you want to watch for your trapezius there.
I like the way you have that, doing it with the, what's that called? The cord?
The pulley machine.
I like that too.
Because you usually think it just
posterior deltoids again. This one I like to do a lot without weights. Particularly with beginning. And see, this is great for the posture. As you can tell, I'm a little tired.
This is similar to something we did with our backs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly, the Supermans, or as I like to call them for us, the Superwoman.
Superwoman, that's right.
That's one of the hardest, what you just did, the back lunges. That to me is one of the hard, because you have to maintain such good balance in addition to, you know, really being on top of the targeted muscles that you're working.
Overhead, so here, the other one also, you want to watch your back. Don't not to arch it when you lunge back with that heavy weight on top of you.
Now, I've seen you do kind of a variety here. You're using like free weights, you're using the cords, and then just some stuff without weights. What's best? What do you like the best?
It depends on if you're a beginner. If you're a beginner, no weights.
No weights at all.
Okay. And if you like only have a home available to you, I'd like to use the trays we're going to use today.
Okay.
Bands and ropes and pulleys. Very light weights, or even just your body. And once you get stronger, it's really important to give yourself a little bit of variety. If you always do the same thing, number one, you're going to get bored. Number two, your body gets used to it, and it's not going to change.
So that's why you're changing it up with the cable and everything else.
And I wanted to show as many exercises as possible so that people have a variety to choose from.
It never gets monotonous. And if people are looking for a personal trainer and they want to get to that more advanced level and they come to you, you can really help them understand how to use those machines.
Absolutely. Or anybody, and any good personal trainer will help you. And the thing also, you want to see what's functional. You know, if you're, I have some clients that are big rowers. You know, they like to go on a kayak. So you want to train the muscles.
Good point.
It's very specific for the exercise they're actually going to be doing outside of the gym.
And then in addition to that, we always like to mention that you want to incorporate cardio in every workout as well, right?
Yes, and I just went to a big fitness conference. I just got back, 4 days of hardcore cardio, and we talked about some different ways of like getting good cardio in, and maybe a little less time, but maybe we can talk about that.
Okay, yeah, I would love to do that.
There's a lot of varieties there.
I love it. Well, we're not done yet, of course.
No.
Kristen and I are going to be working our shoulders with Karin next.
The fun has just begun.
The fun has just begun.
We are back and ready to work out our shoulders with personal trainer Karin Vinyl.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's do one for the rotator cuff first.
This is for the rotator.
So I want you to bring your palms up.
Okay.
Remember with the band that the more space you have, the easier it will be. So if you're a beginner, then you want to bring it out more, and if you're probably pretty advanced, so we'll give you a little more space.
Okay.
And remember not to hyperextend your wrists here. Everything needs to be in straight lines.
Okay.
And then you're going to bring it out like this, external rotation, and bring it in.
I can see you working your shoulder and even up here.
I can feel it more in the back, like the back part.
The back
of my
right here, right?
Yeah.
So we're doing the rotator cuffs here.
There's like tension all from here to here.
Just be careful to listen to your body, and if you feel pain and it's persistent, do not wait to go see somebody, because the shoulder, like I said,
tough. I like the way it feels though. You know, I can tell this is going to make
really
working
working
it.
it.
Right?
Do you want to try a few, Nikki?
Try it, because you know if you feel like you're, I've worked my shoulders before, but I feel like there's hitting spots.
Yeah, it's a really great.
That I don't normally.
And if you're a super beginner, again, don't forget you can do it without a toy at all. You can just do it with your own body weight.
It's going to make you sore. I feel like it's going to make you sore. Like,
it's going to strengthen. Yeah, it's going to strengthen the.
That's good though. I like that. How many would you recommend?
And not many on this. I would start maybe with 8 to 10.
8 to 10.
So you get
there's more tension the closer the hands.
Would you do like 3 sets of 8 to 10, or just
one set?
One set.
Because there's a lot of things.
I feel it in my shoulders.
Right?
That's where I should feel it, right?
You don't want to get that. So if you want to,
let me pull these.
You don't want to get that to be too sore, because then grab it in your opposite hand.
So switch like this. No, wait.
Exactly. You got it.
This way. Okay.
Hold on a second. Do you mind if I jump in front of you?
Yeah,
for a sec?
sure. Go for it.
So like, like this.
Okay. Oh, so we want to crisscross them, but not
crisscross your hands, and then you're going to pull it up, but your elbows are leading.
Am I doing it right?
Let me check. Looks like it.
Oh yeah, I feel it in my shoulders.
Remember to make it come from your shoulders, and not your trapezius right here.
Oh, okay.
So the thing I always tell my people, don't bring your hands all the way, shoulders all the way to ears.
You don't want to do this.
Keep it down. Really reinforce the shoulders staying down.
Like
and then you would get to have it come from your medial deltoid,
like this.
4 days of aerobics.
Wow. I really feel it.
It's nice, right?
For sure.
And then
I like this though.
It's really a great one. Ooh. Good. And then we
now with this, is it the same thing with the tension, the tighter, if you pull the band a little bit closer or further away?
What you could do is put 2 feet in it. and make your feet step further out, and that gives you more tension.
Oh
yeah.
So they're increasing the weight.
So that makes it much harder.
Definitely.
And of course, these also come in different tensions.
Now, I notice I'm leaning forward. Is that wrong?
Oh, thank you so much for pointing that out. I prefer if you didn't.
Okay. I had a feeling I was doing something wrong.
If you lean forward,
because I was able to do it.
It's you can for a bit, and then you're going to work more of the posterior part of your deltoids, which is fine.
I like that.
But you want to make sure you don't load your discs too much.
I definitely feel more tension though with the two.
So that's similar to the upright row that you might do with free weights, but is that different in any?
It feels the tubing feels different than the weights, definitely.
Okay, so it's kind of.
But this is more for at home, you know, for people that don't have any access to anything.
Okay.
These are easy to buy and bring home and you know work out while you're watching TV.
This next one we can do together because you don't really even need toys. And then you can do lightweight. So palms down and they're kind of hanging by the side. You're going to bring your arms up to about shoulder height.
Okay.
And bring it down again. So nice and slow, you do 2 up, hold for 2, and 2 down, and don't forget to breathe. And so if you had light weights, you could feel it more, but I don't have them with me today. And you could feel it in your anterior deltoids right there. So that's number 1. Now,
yeah, it's amazing how much you feel when you do that.
You can step with 1 foot on this and you can feel it.
Pretty good.
Just 1 foot, and you can use the tubing note just like this, Kristen.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, only because I don't have the right equipment with me.
See, now I feel.
So you're going to bring it to the front like that, and you can feel it a little bit better.
You know what, I'm going to loosen up the little...
Okay, so you want to hold it here?
Step on it.
Woo,
yeah, there you go. So then you can feel it a little bit better. I just wanted you to show you the movements.
Hold it here?
Yeah, and then bring it up to about shoulder height and bring it down again.
Whoa.
And again, the more tension you have in this, the harder it's going to be.
I'm going to give myself even more tension, I think.
Yeah. And you can grab the handle if you like.
And you want to make sure you don't want to go up too high with your arms.
No, because
just
then you
the shoulder.
Then you're going to impinge your shoulders.
Whoa.
So.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Nice, right? So if you had 2 bands or 2 straps, you could do them both at the same time.
Right.
Or again, if you had light weights, or if you're a beginner, no weights.
Right.
I kind of like focusing in one area first.
Yeah, and you know, when you do 1 arm at a time, you somehow incorporate your core muscles a little bit more.
Do you want to have your foot stepped out in front of you?
Yes, it doesn't matter as long as you step on it.
Okay, as long as you
don't want
step
that
on
to
it, so that way you have the tension
accidentally fly into your face.
I gave myself a little too much tension, I think.
So be careful, you don't want to hurt your shoulders. They're very, very fragile. Okay, and then
that's a really good point.
Another one to do, we can do that one without any turns first.
Okay.
It's the posterior deltoids, and that's the one that keeps our shoulders back. So you see a lot of people when they do the bench press and the overhead press, and soon they walk around like this.
Right.
So we have to make sure we work the back of our body as well.
So when your mom's saying posture, it actually really matters.
Yeah. And if you have something to support your head on, that would be great, but we don't here. So I'm going to get out of your way. We're going to do a lateral lift. Lateral lift to work the posterior deltoids. So arms straight, mostly straight, not locked. There you go. And then if you had weights again, you could really feel it. And if you had something to support your head on, that would be great, like your kitchen counter or a ball or something, a chair, whatever you have.
I feel it in my back too.
Yeah, a little bit. We're working all of these like trapezius and rhomboid muscles. And
I like this one. How many would you do of this?
If you had no weights, you could do at least 15 to 20. It's more the the rotator cuff muscles that are super fragile.
Okay.
These you could work a bit because, like we said, we always have the forward-going jobs, and it's nice to go backwards.
Would you switch legs just to give it a
Yes, you can, absolutely. So you do 10 on each side, and again, if you had weights, it would make it a lot more exciting.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about that. I kind of like it like this.
Or, you could use a pulley, a strap.
I like that.
And you want to keep your back straight?
Yes.
On that?
Like flat back.
Stomach, and remember to contract your core.
Right.
Those transverse abdominal muscles.
I know, see, my shirt is loose today, so you can't see how much I'm contracting the core. I really
So somewhere in the middle, I want to show you a few stretches because that's also important.
Good, yes.
So let's. I'm going to turn around so you can see me a little bit. Well, actually, you guys can see me just fine. So bring your hands up, opening your shoulders and pulling them backwards.
And so basically, we just have them like
this. Like that. Then bring your arms. Arms up as I can tell them it's stiff. Bring those arms up as high as you can. You're going to feel that in your anterior deltoids right here.
Stretch.
Great stretch for your shoulder muscles and your chest muscles. And remember to keep your shoulders out of your ears. Keep them
out of your ears. You don't think about that, but really you have to do it.
And then if you want to go forward a little bit more and stretch it out like that, come higher.
Ooh, that's
feel it?
Yeah, that's a really good
stretch, right?
And Karen, if people want more information, where can they go for your information?
For my information, they can go to karenfitness.com. Or KarenSantaFe@AOL.com.
Fabulous, and thank you so much for the great tips as always. Next week we're actually working the buys, and again you can visit KarenFitness.com for more of those fitness tips.
Thanks, you guys.
Ooh, that was good.
I'm so tired of sitting there.
I need to